Hello community! Today we're going to talk about SetFit, the zero-shot classification. You know SetFit, I have a video on the idea of SetFit. I have how to use SBERT with SetFit for few-shot learning. I have a third video on the specific code, and I went with you through a real-world code example in real time, coding SFit, and then using SBERT in SetFit. We also had a hyperparameter tuning videos. And now today we're gonna have a look at zero-shot classification as it was requested by some of my viewers. So why does it matter? Now, SetFit was originally designed for a few-shot learning. But this methodology can also be applied in scenario where we have no labeled data available. So what we have a pre-trained SBERT sentence transformer model on Hugging Face that we download. And then we want to have a model that is trained on some data we do not have. So what we do is we create synthetic examples, synthetic data sets that resemble the classification task and then train a SetFit model on this synthetic data set. Now the interesting part is this methodology can be applied for zero-shot classification. If you want to know in detail what I mean with zero-shot classification, in my very first video about SetFit idea, I explain in detail what zero-shot and few-shot means. But anyway, we also can use these synthetic examples to provide a small performance boost to our few-shot classical SetFit classification. So in order to see how it works, let's have a look in detail, and I will provide you with the code. We will run through a Jupyter notebook and I show you the improvement you can achieve for some specific data sets if you do this synthetic example when you add this to your data set. Now, I received a lot of questions regarding SetFit. How can we create more of a data set, a synthetic data set? How to create them that it is compatible with SetFit? How can I use any additional data set? How to integrate it in the SetFit training process? Now, to tell you there's a beautiful answer for all of this, there's a function called add templated examples within SetFit. I'm going to show you this example when we code, but just to give you an idea, you just need three things. You need a label classification, I don't know, sunny, rainy, stormy, hail, and lightning, for example. And then you have a template. And a default template is, today the weather is sunny, rainy, whatever. So you can define your template. You have predefined labels for your original data set, the classification task you want to achieve on these labels, since you want to have classification tasks. And you need, of course, a sample size. Now, since we're working here with SetFit, you know, like in my other videos, 8 seems to be a good sample size. We achieve reasonable results. So, if you want to learn more about the detail of the code, I give you here from Hugging Face SetFit data.py. This is a beautiful Python program. You can learn all the details, but let's summarize what we set out to achieve in this video. I want to show you how to create a synthetic dataset specifically for SetFit, and then I'll show you in an example if you have not enough good labeled data, how we can augment our not enough labeled data with some synthetic examples when we use those synthetic examples to train specifically SetFit. So here we are. We're going to use a dataset, SetFit emotions. I'll show you a little bit later on. And just for a general structure, it is easy. So there's going to be a lot of code, but the basic is easy. We have a reference dataset. This is our SetFit emotion dataset. Very easy dataset. Then we have our model. We use a sentence transformer, a pre-trained sentence transformer. Beautiful. This is it. Having a model, having a dataset, you know, it is easy because now we just need an added template example dataset. And with this function, this new function, by the way, we're going to use version 4.1 of SetFit. So please update if you're working with an older version. With this new SetFit function, I'm going to show you exactly this function. We will have a data set. On this data set, this is the data set we will add on our syntactic data. We have a template of the syntactic data. For example, this sentence is, or this, the weather is, or my car is, beautiful, great, non-existence. We have the labels that go in here in the blank space exactly. So sunny, rainy, gone, whatever. And we have our sample size. And with this simple SetFit function, we create our dummy training data set, our syntactic training data set. So we have a reference data set, we have a model, and we have our syntactic training data set. Now easy. We have now a trainer for SetFit. The model is clear, our SBERT model. The training data set is now our syntactic data set. Maybe dummy is not the right word. It is a syntactic data set. And our evaluation data set during the training is, of course, our test data set of our reference data set. So this means this is our original reference data set that we downloaded from Hugging Face, the test version. We are already deep into the code, but whatever you're going to look at now in the next 10-20 minutes, remember, it is easy. We have a Hugging Face data set, we have an SBERT model, we have our additional syntactic data set. We put them all together in the training, in the evaluation, and this is it. So let's jump right into the code. Hello community, and here we are coding in a free Colab notebook. So the topic is zero-shot text classification with our beautiful SetFit and SBERT sentence transformer model. So first we look at the syntactic data generation for SetFit. Of course, you can follow along. I have here the official link to the official notebooks. You see Hugging Face, SetFit, zero-shot classification if you want to have a Google, or if you want to have a SageMaker AWS. These are the notebooks for you. Just follow along. I have a little bit more information in my notebook, but never mind if you download this notebooks, you have the bare bones. And in my video, you just see additional information and additional things. So, we want to get rid of all the outputs. Here we go. We install SetFit, we install matplotlib. Beautiful. Please note, just did a run before, so everything is already satisfied. We are operating here SetFit version 0.4.1. Beautiful. So at first we need a data set. And here we have a data set called emotion, and we need, of course, a sentence transformer, a model. And this here we take a paraphrase MP NetBase version 2. So you might say, okay, great, emotion, what is this? Well, if you go to Hugging Face, let's make it a little bit bigger, and you click here at, yes, never mind, you go to emotion, you see there's a thing here, SetFit emotion. Updated April 3rd, 2000 downloads, and this SetFit emotion database that is available for SetFit, specific for SetFit. We're going to use this. You see here, you have a text. This is a sentence, a lot of sentences, and you have an emotional qualifier. Sad, anger, love, surprise, fear. If I remember correctly, it's from 0 to 5. Beautiful. This is our data set. This is our certification data set, our verification data set we're going to use. Yeah, paraphrase MP base, I don't have to show you, so just download this. Beautiful. Now we have our model and we have our data set. Now, we download now the reference data set. And as you can see, we have here the training data set, the validation data set, and the test data set. The first two we will use when we train our model to have a validation of the training phase. And the test is, of course, data the model has never seen before, and we have an external evaluation with our test data. As you can see, we have here the features. The first is called a text. This is our sentences. And then we have an emotional qualifier, our label. Let's have a look at this. Beautiful. So for the test data set, we have 2000 rows. Now, if you want to have a look at this, simple. For the text, you have I'm rather feeling rotten, so I'm not very ambitious right now. Beautiful, beautiful. And you see the according label 0 is 0 and 0 I think is sadness. So beautiful. So we're set up. Let's create some synthetic data. Great. Now we want to have a synthetic data set with SetFit, so we do it in the right way. We have here a command, and please follow along if you want to have here the pure source code. We define a function add templated examples. So what we have a data set, we have some candidate labels, we have a template where there is our sentence, for example. This sentence is something, and the labels will fill in here the blanks. We have a sample size, the text column we call text, the label column, you're not going to believe it, we call label. And just to show you here the data set to add the templated examples to. So the function does the following: it takes a data set and then it adds this dummy data sets with some specific labels. Beautiful. This is what you get. Yeah, this is the function. We don't need to do this. This is everything great. So let's do this. Oops. So what we have is simple. We take the training data set and the feature label we extract. And if you look at the candidate labels, you have exactly our 0 to 5. 0, as you can see, is sadness. So we were right. Beautiful. Now, if you do not have this label data set, hold on. If this label text here is not in your specific data set, no problem. Just build a function and you will get exactly this. So whatever it is, you can create exactly this labeled data set. Now, it's simple matter to create now the synthetic examples. And as I told you, we have here this beautiful function, add templated examples. Now, at first we have to have an empty dummy data set. So we say, okay, from data sets, import data set, data from dictionary, empty. Great, beautiful. So if we do this, you're not going to believe what's in the data set. And the data set is 0 and the number of rows is 0. Beautiful. And then we add our before mentioned defined function. Beautiful. Here it is. We have the empty dummy data set. We have here our template. This sentence is right, whatever. This categorization is, or this car is, or whatever. And we have the labels that we import, and we have to define a sample size. Beautiful. As we have done this, yeah, we have, you remember our labels from 0 to 5. So we have 6 labels. We have a sample size of 8. So 6 times 8, you're not gonna believe this. This is the size of our new training data set that we created with synthetic data, synthetic examples. Now you might say, hey, the text is always the same. This sentence is, yeah. This is the beauty of this simple demonstration model. Of course, you can design templates that are much more complicated. So let's have a look at our training data set. Just a verification. You see this sentence is sadness, this sentence is sadness. Yes, beautiful. We have here sample size of 8. So you're not going to believe it. Even number 8 will be this sentence is pure sadness. Okay, so what we do, we shuffle it around a little bit. And you see, this is fear, joy, love, fear, anger. Let's go with love. And here you have the corresponding labels for this. Great. So here we go. Now we have our synthetic data set. Let's jump in. At first, we do 3 things. At first, we fine-tune our SetFit model. You say, okay, from SetFit, import the SetFit model. And then SetFit model from pre-trained SBERT, a model ID from SBERT, our sentence transformer. Our model ID is sentence transformer paraphrase MPNet version 2. Beautiful. We defined this before. So here we go. And then you notice we just have to train it. This is it. So we define our trainer class here. Our model is our model. The training data set now is just the training data set from our dummy data set. Remember here, this is our training data set. Beautiful. And then for the evaluation data set, we take the original professional SetFit/emotion reference data set, the test data set, and we compare this with each other. So let's run it and let's do an evaluation. Here we go, just one epoch. We have the number of examples 2000, number of epochs 2, and we go. As you can see, SetFit is really fast. We are running here on a GPU. Yes, GPU RAM, everything green, beautiful. No problem at all. As you can see, our accuracy is 0.54. This is not bad at all. So now let's have a look. Compare this not against SetFit, but compare this classical transformer. We have a zero-shot pipeline for a transformer model. Beautiful. Let me show you. You go Hugging Face, the task, you go to zero-shot classification, and you get 90 models. And the first model here, the default model, is from Facebook BART Large MNLI. 17 days ago it was updated, over 1 million times downloaded. Beautiful. If you look at it, you see it is an NLI-based zero-shot text classification sequence classifier. Beautiful. Having this information, we just started. Yes, so we have now Facebook BART Large MNLI. As I told you, everything is clear to you. Our labels we take from before. Our reference label, the test, our sentences from the test data set are those sentences, you know this. And then we just say go. So here, this is the classical transformer zero-shot. As I showed you here, if you go Hugging Face, zero-shot classification, you take the model with 1 million downloads. This is the classical traditional zero-shot text classification way. Beautiful. So let's see what we get out of this. And then we do a prediction. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then we evaluate our performance on this with the accuracy. Beautiful. We take here, of course, the test data set, and we are comparing here the label performance. So we will get some result, and it takes a little bit longer, already executing 45 seconds. So should be done soon. Yeah. We converted simply the label into an integer. You know how to do this. This is not a string to integer. Very easy. And yeah, if you do not have a class label feature, no problem. This is the way to get one. Beautiful. So should be finished by now. As you can see, it takes much longer than SetFit. Yeah, this is the power of SetFit. It is really fast if you compare it to the classical model, zero-shot classification models here. Of course, you can tune it, but this is just a general model that has really downloaded quite a lot. So, come on, 1 minute 30 seconds. How long do I have to wait? And here we are, after 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it's done. So, prediction, let's have a look. First sequence is I'm feeling rather rotten, so I'm not very ambitious right now. And we have those labels, and the prediction is first label has .7, .1, .0, .0, .0, .0, so it is the first label, and it is sadness. Sounds okay. So, what is now the accuracy? The accuracy here is just 37. This is not a lot off. So, compared to SetFit, this approach is not as good as with SetFit. This is why SetFit was invented. Beautiful. Now, we have SetFit. We have the classical transformer architecture, and now what you have been waiting for, we have an augmented label data with synthetic examples, and we train SetFit on this extended dataset. So a lot of you ask me, hey, can I generate additional data? So this is the way how to do it. As you can see, if you have few labeled examples, adding syntactic data can boost your performance. Can, not has to. Sometimes, yes. So let's have a look. Let's first sample 8 label examples from our reference dataset. This is easy. And then I just started up our model. Now, it is our SetFit model, you know, from our pre-trained model ID we defined. Now, the model is our model, the training data set is our training data set, and the reference data set is, of course, our test data set from the SetFit emotion Hugging Face data set. Number of epochs is 3, And we have, of course, an evaluation because we want to see how good it performs. So as you can see, it takes about 2 minutes for a run. We have number of epochs is 3. So great. Let's have a look at this. Number of examples is 2000, roughly 2000. Just if we compare it later on, that you have a good comparison. Yeah, we can go to the next step. We don't wait for the calculation to finish. Note that for this particular data set, the performance with our true labels is worse than training on synthetic examples. And they found that the difference depends strongly on the specific data set that you use. But since SetFit models are fast to train, you can always try both approaches and pick the best one, the best that gives you better results. So let's now add some synthetic examples to our training data set. So what we do, we take our training data set, our beautiful training data set, and then we say this is the data set to add the templated examples to training data set. And then we add it. And now the candidate labels, this is the list of candidate labels, you remember, sadness, happy, whatever, to be fed into the template to construct our text label examples. This is what's going on here. Now, sample size is clear. And what you should know, if we load now the add templated example, come on, show me. My goodness, come on. Here we go. You have the data set, this is beautiful, the candidate labels, we have that, and the template. Now you say, hey, where's the template definition here in our add templated example? Well, there's a default, and the default is a string. This sentence is blank. And this blank is exactly where our label will come in. So this sentence is happy, this sentence is sad, this sentence is strange, whatever. So you see, if you do not have here predefined a string, it is this sentence is. So don't worry if you do not see the template. This is the default template we're referring to. Beautiful. Yes, 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 you can have a look at this all in specific details. Multi-label, text column, everything. You can build whatever you want. Great. So here we build our augmented data set. And we are here, oh gee, another 5 minutes. Okay, I will be back in just seconds. And as you can see, our third epoch is coming to an end, and now evaluation should start. And here we are running evaluation, and we're, as I told you, not as good as before. As I told you, as it's written down, it all depends on the data set in question, or the structure and the quality of your data set. But hey, this is why we have here our synthetic examples that we add to our training data set, to our real-world training data set. So, as I showed you, this is the command to do. This is our augmented data set. Let's just compare it, that we see that it's really added some values. Our training data set had a length, a row, of 48 rows, and now our augmented data set has 96 rows. Beautiful. And now you are not gonna believe it. We do exactly the same as before, only now with our training data set, we add now our augmented data set. So we have our classical training data set and our synthetic examples that we added with the correct label. And let's see, here we go. Oh yeah, this takes even longer. Well, of course, we have now the number of examples is close to 4,000. Remember, the number of example here was close to 2,000. So we added synthetic data. Now we have to wait a little bit longer. But no problem. I will be back with you in about 10 minutes, and for you it's just gonna be a second. And here we are. You see our accuracy increased to 0.57. Now, if you compare this with our other methods, here we go. So if you now compare our three models, the pure transformer, the classical transformer zero-shot classification, is here, achieved something like 37. Beautiful. Our SetFit zero shot went here, so there's a significant improvement if you compare it to the classical transformers. And then if you add augmented data, labeled data to SetFit, you see there is a little jump in the performance, but it really depends on your data set and on the quality of your augmented data set. So since I was asked so many times, so how can I augment it and what is the increase in performance I get of this model? This video is for you to show you if you run a zero shot, a well-trained sentence transformer SBERT model with the SetFit algorithm, you achieve this accuracy of the 3 epochs, of course. And if you add augmented labeled data to your few-shot learning, you can achieve with SetFit a little bit of an advantage, but again, depends heavily on the quality of your dataset. So I say thank you. I hope the question of how to add synthetic data to improve the SetFit algorithm is answered. Yes, you can do it. I showed you here the way it is done, and I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a try, and I see you in